जयधारी माँ। हर जीवन अनेक प्रकार के रंगों से भरा हुआ है। बातचीत वही रंग बांटेगी आप सबके साथ। हम सब एक हैं, बस सोच अलग अलग है। बटोर लीजिए उन रंगों को, जो भी आप चाहें इस बातचीत से, और ढाल लीजिए अपनी सोच में। यही मकसद है इस बातचीत का। आइए मिलते हैं अपने प्यारे से मेहमान से। अतिथि देवो भव।
जयधारी माँ, जयधारी माँ आप सबको। हमारी ऑडियंसेस का स्वागत है। आइए जुड़िए। आज के हमारे अतिथि हैं राकेश ओम प्रकाश मेहरा जी। बहुत रूटेड हैं और बहुत जमीन से जुड़ी हुई कहानियां आप तक लाते हैं। कहते हैं कि जिस आग के दरिया को हमें पार करना है वो हम खुद हैं। हमें वो जीत अपने ऊपर हासिल करनी है। इसी से प्रेरित होकर वो अपना जीवन जीते हैं एंड उसी प्रेरणा से वो मूवीज को बनाते हैं। आइए उनको जानिए। आज आइए एक वीडियो देखते हैं। नमस्ते सर। जयधारी माँ। जयधारी माँ, वेरी वेलकम सर।
नमस्कार। थैंक यू फॉर हैविंग मी ओवर।
So happy to see you. मम्मी शुरू करे जी।
Yeah, I'm very thrilled. I have a Delhi boy. He's a Delhi boy.
I'm very nervous when you're there. You know that, and not to embarrass you.
He's a Delhi boy. Yeah,
millions of others, you are and will remain my inspiration. And I'm just one of those millions. Yeah.
No, and Rakesh, you and Saina share the same school.
Oh.
Saina. Tell him.
Nice.
You can tell him.
Air Force Bal Bharti Lodi Road, sir.
Which year did you pass?
So, which year? I
Earlier
know
years.
I was there till my 8th standard.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I was
Yeah.
there till my 8th standard.
Mrs.
Yes.
Bakshi was your common principal, wasn't she?
Dr. Bakshi was she your
Mrs.
principal,
Mrs.
sir?
Bakshi was your principal too?
Yeah, Mrs. Bakshi was, it's tough to call her just a principal.
Yes, yes,
She was like a mother figure to me, and
yes.
she really shaped up my early years and
Yes.
absolutely, put her hand behind me to give the support. And she's the one who taught me how to dream, actually.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
She's a legend of the principals of that time.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely. I remember she was there. She would call us over, talk about if any subject you would be weak on. She would say, work hard on it, but there's nothing wrong in being weak in one subject because you can be stronger in something else, and that can balance your life out. I still remember she used to say that to us, and especially I've had a conversation on this with her because I told her कि मैम मेरे से मैथ्स हो नहीं रहे, वो नंबर्स सारे घूम रहे हैं मेरे को ऐसे. She said, don't worry, you're a very good swimmer and you also play cricket and your Hindi is very strong, your history is very strong, and your accounting is good, so maths में नहीं हुआ तो कोई problem नहीं है, वो चलेगा. Just work a little harder on it and don't be harsh on yourself. So she really taught me a lot.
She was a very dear friend of mine. I remember when Saina was delayed in her admission for certain reasons. I took Saina to her school, to her office, Mrs. Bakshi's. And you know what happened? While Miss Principal and I started to chat, Saina picked up a copy pencil there and she started to draw. She started to draw and she drew beautifully. Saina drew beautifully. And Mrs. Bakshi said, I will admit this child. I want this child. I want this kind of creative child. That's how she got admitted. She was so the principal was so unconventional.
Ji, absolutely.
Tell us about your school time of Bal Bharti.
Absolutely, and it will not stop there. Quite often, so in the morning we used to go to National Stadium to practice early in the morning and then be in time for the assembly. She did grant us to be a little late and to miss the assembly, but not to miss the first class as such. And then again after 2:30 when the school ended, we would go back to National Stadium. And it was not surprising, at least twice, thrice a week to see her there in National Stadium at 6 in the morning or sometime in the evening when we were practicing. And it was not just the swimming team, it was the cricket team, the hockey team, and she would be with them. And before exams, she would personally speak to you, calm your nerves down, and say this is just a process and do it to the best of your knowledge. You don't have to be scared. You get marks, very good, but that is not everything. And that's what she gave me.
And I know the aeroplane ride there comes back in your books and your films.
Absolutely, ma'am. As you enter Balbharti Air Force now, Air Force Balbharti, there is a MiG-21 plane in the foyer as you enter the gates. Uska ढांचा है. And also we used to go for Air Force shows at the Hindon facility of the Indian Air Force. And a lot of time visits to Air Force Station and all that. Most of my teachers were the wives of Air Force officers, and their children were like it was like an extended family. And our teachers had the staff quarters, the teaching staff quarters were there only in the school, behind the school at that point of time.
Yes.
And so many times after school, we've been invited for a lunch कि बेटा तुम यहाँ से नेशनल स्टेडियम जा रहे हो, मतलब आके घर से खाना खा के जाओ. So they were so caring and they were so personalized, and I cannot imagine any other profession that gives so much and expects nothing back in return. It's only giving, and that is teaching. They are my greatest heroes in life.
That's true. Maybe one day you could make a film on education, having the lives of such teachers projected one day, Rakesh.
Most certainly, ma'am. I will definitely. You have lit something right now, immediately.
Yes.
और इसमें इतने सोचने वाली बात नहीं है. I must try my best to one of these days to, especially with the kind of pressures which are going today.
Yes.
Actually, my sister Mamta, she is also from Baatcheet, and now she is a principal in a school in Manav Restaurant, Faridabad. It's a beautiful school, and I keep joking with her. I say, you know what? You need to open a school for parenting. आजकल पेरेंट्स को स्कूल जाने की शायद ज्यादा जरूरत है, और and I'm one of them, so I'm not pointing a finger. I'm looking at myself also. We are expecting so much out of our children on everything. अब ये पढ़ाई खत्म हुई तो चलो टेनिस की क्लास, वो खत्म हुआ तो डांस की क्लास, वो खत्म हुआ तो वो बेचारी से सुबह से रात के 8 बज जाते हैं क्लास के बाद क्लास. खेलेंगे कब?
जी सर, उसी बात से एक मन में विचार आ रहा है. I'm reading a lovely book. It's called Becoming by Michelle Obama. And she says she's thanked everybody who helped her to become. Now, sir, becoming is become an ing, becoming. So it's a verb. Bit by bit you become. What has it been like for you to become, Rakeysh Omprakash Mehra?
It's one day at a time, one baby step at a time, and most importantly, I don't know what you have become, but life is a process of working towards a purpose. As such, you can't even define the purpose, but you should feel you're going in the right direction. That's what I feel. I think taking one day at a time and putting your best foot forward. Most importantly, giving yourself permission to fail. That's what I've learned the hard way. And once you've given yourself permission to fail, then nothing else will matter, because then you will go out and try and do newer things. I still remember when Kiran ma'am was looking after Delhi. There was an absolutely new dynamic culture in how, Delhi was being organized and law and order was being brought, whether it was traffic and all that. And she would not shy away from picking up the mic and speaking, and her voice, we first knew her by her voice, then we knew about her. And while we had screen heroes and heroines, for all of us, and from my generation in Delhi, she was our heroine, and we all looked up to that. And to bring about a change is such a constant, and she brought a change. So we've learned from heroes of our generation whom we could look up to. And then to bounce back, that is so amazing. From your, life, में थप्पड़ तो पड़ेंगे ही, आप गिरोगे तो सही, नॉकआउट तो होने ही वाला है. But that doesn't mean you can always bounce back, I think. I feel, and bounce back, learning from your mistakes, not repeating them, building on them, and learning from the so-called failures. I don't think there is anything called a failure. वो थॉमस एडिसन ने भी जब बल्ब बनाया था तो मेरे ख्याल से 3-4 हजार बार तो उसका एक्सपेरिमेंट फेल हुआ था. तो ये थोड़ी सा मैं फेल हो गया. That is the formula for invention. तो डराना नहीं चाहिए अपने आप को कि and we should not chase success. We should chase our passion and what we are good at.
जी sir. Sir, how is making movies fulfilled you, sir?
I was making movies.
Fulfilled you. How has it fulfilled you?
It is. It's a blessing. Saina ma'am, it's absolutely a blessing. If you are getting to express yourself, you're honing your skills in what you're doing and finding yourself in that field. And then you're also making some money to sustain yourself at the same time. If these three things can happen together, you have to count your blessings all the time. And you have to rise up to the occasion. And that only comes with, I think, hard work and dedication. Talent is 2%. 98% is hard work. And I learned that actually from Milkha Singh also. Milkha Singh used to tell me, beta, hard work bas, or hard work karo. So that is so very important. It's worked for me. Yeah.
How you made you really made Milkha Singh come alive forever through Irfan and the actor. I think the way he's acted the role, he actually looks like him. He ran like him. You've done an immortal thing for this country. You have continued to make Milkha live forever because of your film, Rakesh. How did you create this magic?
I don't think I made the film. I think the film made me. It was the other way around. Kiran ma'am, I've grown up in Delhi and been part of Old Delhi and then New Delhi and then kept shifting south, lived in Lajpat Nagar. And Lajpat Nagar, if you remember, was given in as a refugee colony after partition.
Yes.
And we used to hear a lot of stories about partition. And partition of India in the modern history of this country is the most, is a seminal point. Also, it is recorded as the largest human migration in the history of mankind. Some 30 million people crossed here and there, and a lot of people suffered, and mostly they not only lost their loved ones in the ethnic violence because the air was not so good, halat itne aise hi nahi the us time, and they didn't lose their property and everything. Generations had made it for them. Their last 7 generations had passed it down to them, especially the farmers. But what they were also losing was hope. So in that kind of a darkness, I wanted to tell a story of hope. In that kind of the wounds, होते ना जख्म जो हो गए थे, उनको हरा करने की जगह उस पे एक सूदिंग बाम लगाना बहुत जरूरी था. जो मुझे मिल्खा सिंह की कहानी में मिला, वो मौका, opportunity to interpret it also like that, कि that was very important for me. And when I approached the film with that sense, everything else fell in place. I got a lovely cast and crew who believed in the film. I got lovely actors who played their part. Farhan did a great job of not playing the part but becoming the part. Divya Datta, when I offered her the part, I said it's the part of the heroine. And she said, नहीं, मैं तो फरहान की बहन प्ले कर रही हूँ, तुम बोल रहे हो ये हीरोइन का रोल है. I said, क्यों नहीं? मेरी लाइफ में my heroine is my sister, my mother, my daughter. So heroine को वो हमें classify from a male gaze करने की जरूरत नहीं है. It can be your teacher, it can be your doctor, and she can be your heroine. And like Kiran ma'am has been a heroine while I was growing in Delhi. So what is this whole thing about labeling people? And when the film got made, released, and we got a lot of love for it, Divya did share with me. She said, you were right, when we first met and you narrated the script. It feels like ये जो क्लीशे होते हैं हमारे कि हीरो हीरोइन का मतलब रोमांस ही होना चाहिए. It's not important. That's not it. There has to be more meaning about relationships. And she was a pillar of strength in Milkha Singh's life. And actually the person behind such a great athlete who boarded him, and without her, it wouldn't have happened.
But the way you prepared Farhan for the role, you really prepared him, because the way he ran, the way he looked, and the way he built up his body, it's very, very authentic. I think the country owes to you forever to have brought this Bharat Ratna forever through this film. Thank God for that. How did you prepare Farhan? Because he must have slogged so hard.
Kiran ma'am, hard work again, dedication, believing in what you're doing, and instilling that belief in your entire team. So Farhan believed in it. He gave me 18 months. Normally actors don't have that much time and devotion towards one part. He trained like an athlete, so that it was very clear that once you enter a stadium, you should feel मैं घर आ गया. ये नहीं लगना चाहिए कि मुझे अभी यहाँ आके कुछ करना पड़ेगा. आपको वहाँ आके लगना चाहिए ये तो मेरा ही है. This is my home. And these are the words of Milkha Singh, that when he would enter the stadium, बाकी सब भूल जाते थे कि लाइफ में क्या चल रहा है. फिर उसके बाद वही होता था उनका जो भी था. And hard work again, I think it was nothing else but day in and day out of training and hard work. So once that was taken care of, then you can focus on the drama, the emotions, the other scenes, whether they were tragic or comic, whether it was dance or this thing. But once you become the person, it is very important. So if I were to shoot a film on a soldier or on a police officer, he or she has to go through the grind of what makes that person. वो सिर्फ एक्टिंग करने से नहीं आएगा. So उसकी आप फिर एक्टिंग की एक्टिंग करोगे, आप वो बन नहीं पाओगे. Fortunately, it was an amazing collaboration, and there were blessings. और हमारे सितारे मिल गए थे, तो वो अच्छा हो गया.
Sir, do ideas come looking for you? Do they come looking for you, sir, the ideas?
Sanaji, एक request है, सर ना बुलाएं please. You can please call me.
फिर आपको भी साइना बुलाना है.
मेरी गलती माफ करो ना, आप तो ना करो गलती.
ना, मैं तो सब बुला, आप साइना बुला लो, मैं आपको बोलने वाली थी.
आप मेरे को रॉम बुला लो. मेरे को यहाँ सब प्यार से पूरी इंडस्ट्री रॉम बुलाती है, ROM, क्या बड़ा हो या छोटा हो.
फिर मैं उसके आगे जी लगा सकती हूँ.
ठीक है.
So I'm going to call you Rom Ji. Great.
It's funny also, humorous also, which is so nice.
It's lovely. I think Rom Ji is lovely.
Yeah.
Ideas come looking for you. They really come looking for you. Where are you? We have to go to him.
No, Saina, and I'm taking the liberty by calling you with your first name.
Please, sir. Please.
Because you permitted me, and it is an honor to be permitted.
Please.
Ideas are there around us. They're flying in the air. There are millions and thousands of thoughts, ideas. You just have to look at life and it's around you. So when Range Basanti was happening, big planes were crashing and there was a problem with the trigger mechanism. USSR had broken down from where we were getting the mix. So parts were being made in Chechnya and stuff like that. And then there was a documentary called Coffins and Tricolor. Because airborne warriors were losing their life. And why? Because there was CAG, which is the Accounting Authority of India, had unearthed a 2,000 crore corruption. So that question had to be asked. And because I had an association with Air Force in my schooling days, I could pick those thoughts from life. And then again, in college, I remember very clearly. We used to talk about कि ये नहीं चल रहा, वो नहीं हो रहा, देखो वो ये नहीं करते, सड़क में गड्ढे हैं, वहाँ पानी 2 घंटा आता है, वहाँ इतनी बदमाशी हो रही है, वहाँ इतना करप्शन हो रहा है. They don't do this, they don't do this, they don't do that. खुद everybody went on and took comfortable jobs. First bike, first car, first house, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, all that. None of us participated in making of the country, serving the country. तो फेंस पे बैठ के बोलना तो बहुत आसान है. तो वो जो कमी रह गई थी वो अंदर ही अंदर बहुत खाती थी. So if now I had the opportunity of being on the director's chair and producing and writing, so one had to fulfill that as a wake-up call for the generation. So that's how that idea came. Telefilm Ux, I still remember my mother, my grandmother, नानी हमारी हमें कहानियां सुनाती थी छत पे पुरानी दिल्ली में. वो राम और रावण और रामायण और ये सब बार बार वही कहानी. And in the end she would spoil it for us. She would say वो राम और रावण कोई नहीं थे, वो दोनों तुम्हारे अंदर हैं. मतलब good and evil are two sides of the same coin. Now you have to make a choice. तुम्हें क्या बनना है और क्या करना है, वो आपके choices. तो that one little line made me got me attracted towards Ux. भाग मिल्खा भाग मैंने आपको बताया ही है कि कैसे हुआ the partition, and because I was a sportsman, going to National Stadium was a second home. So we grew up with the legend of Dara Singh, Dhyan Chand and Milkha Singh. और उनके जोक्स भी बड़े सुनते थे और मजे लेते थे. तो वो कहीं ना कहीं जो आपको मिला है वही आप वापस कर सकते हो, और कुछ बोरो करके you cannot give back in life. Delhi 6, because दिल्ली 6 बड़ी कमाल की जगह है, जिसको चांदनी चौक के से ज्यादा मशहूर है वो जगह. आप मैं एक किस्म से वहाँ पला बड़ा हूँ क्योंकि मेरी नानी का घर भी वहीं है, दादी का घर भी वहीं है, मम्मी का भी वहीं है, डैडी का भी वहीं से आए हैं. तो उससे जुड़ाव है, वो मेरा गांव है, ऐसा आप कह सकते हैं. और आप चांदनी चौक में लेफ्ट लेंगे तो एक बर्ड हॉस्पिटल है. उसके एकदम साथ में एक शंकर जी का मंदिर है और बहुत प्राचीन मंदिर है. उसके डायगनली ऑपोजिट एक सिनेमा थिएटर है, मेरे ख्याल से मोती. उसके साथ में देयर इज अ चर्च which is next to State Bank of India, which is diagonally opposite that is Gurdwara Sheeshganj. उसके ऑपोजिट इज हल्दीराम और थोड़ा पहले मैकडॉनल्ड भी खुल गया. एंड ऑफ द स्ट्रीट देखते हैं तो फतेहपुरी मस्जिद है, और वो मस्जिद के जो मौलाना होते थे वो बहुत प्यारे थे. वो हमें अंदर वहाँ क्रिकेट खेलने देते क्योंकि पार्क्स तो वहाँ है नहीं, जगह कम है. तो दोपहर को वो कहते थे खेल लो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, जिस टाइम नमाज का टाइम नहीं है खेल सकते हो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. ऐसा और जब आप मुड़ के देखते हैं तो लाल किले पे तिरंगा होता है. तो it was a microcosm of our entire country, of cultures, of food, of people. And people, मतलब people, more people, जितने देखो वहाँ तो इतनी ऐसे जैसे कोई नल है जिसमें से people टपक रहे हैं और वो नल कोई बंद करना भूल गए. तो इसलिए हम that explains the population of a country. A tap somewhere in Delhi 6, which is giving people out. Tap, tap, tap. So all this, but at the same time, थोड़ा कुछ जात पात को लेके होता था तो किवाड़ वगैरह सब बंद हो जाते थे, गलियों में फाटक बंद हो जाते थे. There was, लोग घुल मिल के रहना चाहते हैं, but there was also a bit of intolerance about somebody else's belief. That is what I wanted to showcase, both sides of the coin in Delhi 6. Not to question anybody's faith, but to say respect somebody else's faith. That you should not question what you choose to believe. तो वो सब है, तो वहां से वो फिल्म ऐसी आई थी. तो everything comes from life only, basically. Ideas जो आप, yeah.
That's how your book came up, Stranger in the Mirror.
जी मैम, something like
beautiful.
that.
ये सब कुछ है. और look at the name. How gradually you move towards this name. It's written in your epilogue and many others. How did you look into the mirror? And all your interviews you've been saying, look into the mirror. You are there. Find out who you are. Is this your philosophy of life, Rakesh? Looking into the mirror?
Ma'am, philosophy is a very, it's a big thing. I don't think मेरे वो मकाम है where I can say, talk about a philosophy in life, because you need to be really learned about it. But I feel we need to change the world, for sure. It is an ongoing process. वो ऐसा नहीं कि कहीं शुरू होता है या कहीं खत्म होता है. उसमें हम सबको अपना अपना पार्ट निभाना पड़ेगा ही, और करना चाहिए. And the first person you need to change is the person whom you meet in the mirror every day in the morning. If everybody can take responsibility of just themselves, imagine in one day the whole world will change. Because now you are only responsible for yourself, rather than trying to correct everybody else's thing. जो फिर अपना अपना सही करते जाओ. So that mirror for me holds that significance. And more often than not, life में कमियां रह जाती हैं. So when I see the person in the mirror, I see a stranger who should be doing better but is not doing better as well. So there's always scope for more improvement. Yeah.
And a mirror does not lie.
Never ever, ma'am. Yeah, and it's a beautiful thing. It makes you look good also. जो आप हो नहीं, क्योंकि वो आपका ऊपर से दिखा देता है, अंदर क्या चल रहा है वो आपकी आंखों से ही पता चलता है. So only you can see that. I don't think anybody else can.
Remember हमारी पुरानी फिल्में में हेमा मालिनी and others used to talk into the mirror. अगर मैं उसको ये बोलूं तो उसने ये कहना है, अगर मैं ये बोलूं तो मुझे क्या कहना है. Remember those? Do you remember those?
Absolutely, ma'am. Those had made a huge impression, and you so rightly pointed out कि आप अपनी अंतरात्मा से जो आपकी conversation है, which is, let's say, conversation with yourself,
yes,
that was picturized many a times like that. That आप खुद से बातें कर रहे.
That's right. खुद से बात.
So खुद से बातें करने के लिए we need a lot of courage also. We have to be willing and we need courage.
And you can add a bit of foolishness into it. So yeah, and yeah, थोड़ा बचपना भी होना चाहिए और वो नहीं भूलना चाहिए because that is such an innocent period of your life and आप सबसे ज्यादा झूठ उसी टाइम बोलते हो, हर चीज के लिए एक पहले झूठ रेडी होता है आपका, बट प्यारे झूठ होते हैं वो सारे. So that child in you should never die. I think that's also very important.
Yes, sir. सर, अब आपको हम एक सरप्राइज दिखाएंगे, वो है आपका दिल. एंड उसके बाद देयर आर मेनी मोर सरप्राइजेस कमिंग फॉर यू.
Oh,
एंड आई थिंक जो भी आप देखेंगे सरप्राइज में, that is what completes you. So I'm giving you a little. मैं आपको बता रही हूँ, this completes you. आपने कहा ना थोड़ा आधा अधूरा रह जाता है. I think ये कंप्लीट करता है हमारा जीवन. देखते हैं सब, आपका दिल देखते हैं. They complete your life, sir. They complete your life.
A peep into your life.
this is my universe,
Yes.
and it's there. The best part about them is they are my biggest support and my biggest critiques in life. And I मतलब भारती के बगैर तो सब कुछ इनकम्प्लीट है. As such, it's she completes me. जो सारी खामियां मेरी हैं और सारी स्ट्रॉन्ग पॉइंट्स उसके हैं, तो हम कंप्लीट हो जाते हैं, बैलेंस हो जाते हैं पलड़ा. तो वो तो है, और सारा काम वो करती हैं, सारे नंबर मेरे को मिलते हैं, तो वो भी है. It's like examination के पेपर में she sits down and writes it and I get the first class first. It's like exactly like that, and I'm not lying.
So Ma bless your bond with her. Ma bless your.
She is your chat GPT.
She is my chat GPT. She is my Elisa. She is everything. And she knows more about me than I know. Definitely. Vedant and Bhairavi are extremely sensitive. अपनी माँ पे गए, and they are also young adults now. So now when I have to turn for advice, I turn to them. It is not very strange or very out of place. That
any advice that you need, sir, you can turn to.
Yeah, they are up.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's your surprise.
It's really early for them. Vedant, what time is it for you?
It's like 6 a.m., so I'm getting an early start to the day today.
Yeah, so now you can thank Kiran auntie and Saina auntie for at least waking you up at 6 a.m. once in your life.
On a Saturday morning.
On a Saturday morning. Baby, what time is it for you?
It's not that early. It's like 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is an incredible. This is not a surprise. You just made everything. Yeah.
So happy, sir. So happy for you. Bhairavi, what do you want to say to Daddy? What do you want to say to him? What do you feel like saying to him, Beta?
What do I feel like saying? I miss you a lot, and I'm so grateful for you in my life.
Yeah.
Bhairavi, how do you feel about your father? How do you feel about Papa's creativity?
Mm, I feel very blessed because it's always been so present in my life. And I think Papa has always been a very um, accepting person, and he's always nurtured my creativity and my ideas, and he's always accepted me for who I am, which I'm always very deeply. I feel very lucky because, um, yeah, I
This
feel
is
very seen.
beautiful. When we talk about yourself, what are you doing right now? Where are you? Talk about yourself. You've been very gracious. You've joined us. Talk about yourself. What are you doing right now?
Mhm. So I'm currently living in Philadelphia. I'm getting my master's in social work.
Lovely.
So currently in school, which is fun, and I'm hoping to, get into come back to India and work there. But yeah, right now just getting my education.
Lovely.
Mhm.
Ma bless
And
you. Ma
films?
bless
Are you
you.
not are you thinking of joining Daddy for films?
Mm, I'm not. I don't think so. Not in like my main career. I think at least. I think I've always been in touch with Papa and his ideas, and he talks about them. I've read scripts. I've like done all of that, but yeah, I think my calling is that's why.
With masters in social work, what are you planning to do in Mumbai or anywhere else? What kind of social work, or would you move into?
Yes, I'm interested in working in the field of disability, um,
Oh,
and I'm still figuring out the specifics. I think I want to work with adults, not children, and with autistic people, but I'm still kind of figuring out the specifics of like what exactly my strengths are, what kinds of services I can provide, and all of that.
Maybe I think we can stay in touch, and there are ideas we can discuss together
Of
because we
course.
have two NGOs, three NGOs rather, that
Mm-hmm.
work in various fields. So
Mm-hmm.
we can connect over that.
Awesome. I would love that. Yeah, thank you
Lovely.
so much.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, looking forward to
yes, yes. Thank you. Vedant, Vita, what are you doing? And then your love for your father. Pause.
Yeah. So hi. So I'm in LA right now. I'm unfortunately not at home because I'm working and taking classes at school right now. So I still have a couple more years of school left, 1.5 years left. And right now I'm looking into getting into the movie industry actually, based because of what I've been working on this summer and the classes I've been taking recently. And yeah, coming back home next year.
So you might be working with daddy. You might be working with daddy.
Yeah, it's quite funny actually because I feel like up till 2023 maybe or 2022, I used to not see myself as much in the industry, but now I've done a couple internships, been working, like taking some more classes, talking to more people, and I'm actually very interested in it. I want to make a career for myself in the field, in maybe the director's seat, certainly some sort of studio production. Yeah.
Lovely. How do you feel seeing your daddy right there?
I haven't seen him in a while actually. So obviously I miss you a lot. I miss being home a lot, but that time's gonna come soon, so that's okay. Uh, it goes unsaid, but obviously I look up to you a lot. Your creative spark, just your general, like your drive. I feel like the thing I want to take most from you and learn most from you is like the ability to like keep going no matter what comes, no matter what's in your face, no matter whatever hardships you're facing. There's always ups and downs, and I feel like I've learned that and want to be able to keep carrying that forward as I grow older. Yeah.
Bless you. Bless
as your
you.
father said, you got sensitivities, heightened sensitivity from your mother. What did he mean when he said that?
Uh, I think I'm not. I think it just means that recently my mom doesn't shout at me as much, and she's as much as she did when I'm a kid, and now I can see that shouting is being sort of divided between me and my dad now. It's not just me as a kid anymore. But
Well,
Harry, what are
yes,
the
mommy,
sensitivities that you got from your mom?
mommy. A word for
Yes,
mommy.
Saina,
Yes.
from your mom. Harry, what Rakesh is saying, the children have got sensitivity from the mother. Now, what does that mean?
Yeah, that's so interesting because I think I got a lot of my sensitivity from my dad. They're both very sensitive people, and I feel like different ways, which in a way kind of completes, I think, both very sensitive together. Like I feel like Papa is very sensitive to like people's energies, and he's very sensitive to details, and so is Mama, but in like very different ways. Yeah.
When he was shooting a
Mm-hmm.
daddy, when daddy was shooting films,
Yeah.
were you tagging along?
Um, I was not for most of the part because I was in school and a lot of it involved traveling, being in other places. I've been on set. I feel like I've been in the editor's room a lot. I've been in the office a lot, but I haven't been like extensively on shoot. Mhm.
Lovely. Children, you'll stay around, please, because we've got more surprises coming for Daddy.
Yes.
Yes, today is his day.
Here you are.
There you are. Rakesh ji, Rom ji, Rom.
Yeah. I
There's
think now,
now
yeah, I think I'm going to break down.
Namaste, Kiran ma'am.
you're not going to break down. This is your universe. This is your world. This completes you. Ji, Mamta ji, please, for your love. Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Thank you for having me over, Saina ji, and Namaste, Kiran ma'am. It is such an honor to be, sharing the same screen as yours. I'm a big fan. And hello, Rakesh, and hi, Bhairavi, and hi, Vedant. It's lovely to, meet everybody today. Yes.
जी थैंक यू आप कुछ बताएंगे अपने बचपन के बारे में growing up with your brother and that bond you shared.
So we've had a lovely childhood together, and it was so much fun. There was so much love around, and we ate so much Maggie. He made the best Maggie. I still remember that. And he's a great cook, so he loves cooking. And I think I saw it. बचपन से ही नजर आ रहा था उसका मुझे वो. And yeah, a lot of love, a lot of swimming together, a lot of activities together. He's very sensitive, he's very emotional, and like he was talking about the children, I think even he has taken after mom, and so he is also as sensitive as Ma was. And at the same time, very objective in his thinking. So he's not only emotional, but he's very objective in his thinking. Yeah.
That's wonderful. और उन्होंने ये सारा कुछ अपनी किताब में लिखा है तो फिर एक और सरप्राइज और फिर जब हम पूरे स्क्रीन पूरा हो जाएगा तो फिर बातें वापस शुरू करेंगे. हाँ जी.
There you are, Rita.
Hi everyone.
Here's your book.
Yes.
Rita.
Namaste Kiran ji. Namaste Rakesh ji. Thank you Kiran ji. Yes.
Rita ma'am, what a surprise. This is amazing.
Yes. Hi Bhairavi. Hi Vedant. Hi
So happy that you
Hi Sanya ji.
Yes.
Yes.
जी प्लीज बताइए किताब लिखने की पूरी जर्नी कैसी थी because getting to know him and he's a very straightforward person. How was the whole journey of writing the book?
I think the book wrote itself because there was so much positive energy all around. And Rakesh ji starts you off on 100. You know, he's going to trust you completely. He's going to let you do your job. You just have to put your best foot forward and do the best you can. He's already trusted you to finish the job. So the entire onus is on you that you bring your best to the table and honor the intentions of the person who has made cinema like Rang De Basanti, Dilli Che, and everything else that we love.
And the working title of the book was different while you were all writing it?
I know she was coming out with all kinds of very
Oh, we had
complex
many
titles.
iterations on the title.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah, because I think a fascination for literature led me in a certain direction. And with Rakesh ji, I was able to appreciate that as long as you're able to connect with your audience, that is still literature, that is still art. So I think his influence is very strong in the title that we ended up with eventually, The Stranger in the Mirror.
Yeah.
Rakesh ji, how are you feeling? How are you feeling right now?
Then again, if you ask me that, the words can only spoil this moment. I think what you've done, Saina, is like you've created a moment of time in my life, and it is this is what it is all about, and this is what we all exist for, is to share smiles, share. Obviously, they are going to say good things. You put them on a spot. They're not talking about my weaknesses, but I have had an amazing journey with Rita ma'am on the book. All I did was had coffee and just spoke to her, and how she went about it, and she met so many people, and she tried to understand me from my work, which I really appreciated, and from the people I work with. And the connect I had with all my technicians and actors, whether in front or behind the camera, speaking to my friends, my family, and it was not easy because it was a lot of hard work, and more than that, uh, the power to listen is so much stronger. The power of silence is so much more than the power of words and speaking. And silently, she got everything, and then she poured it out into the book, which makes me look good. At best, I can say that. And which at times I find very funny. And it always brings a smile. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we were always, what I like about her is she was reinventing herself. What I learned from her. And so there is no point in time or age or barriers and circumstances. She's an homemaker. She looks after the entire family. She's writing book. A recent book on Sanjeev Kumar is among the bestseller book of all times in Indian cinema.
Wonderful.
And it's a wonderful book, and it's how she brings in her point of view. She's written on management. She's written on principles of life. She is very, very deep into supporting the causes and remaining invisible, and just and there's a lot of good that happens that way. So I'm extremely grateful that we met and collaborated, and it's it's not a coincidence. It was meant to be, and those are the magic of the universe.
This is so blessed. You've spoken, you've poured your heart out for what Bharti ji means to you, and now you've spoken about Rita ji. It would be wonderful if you now say something to Mamta ji and Bhairavi and Vedant. Say something to them. They've come for you. Say something.
Yeah, Vedant, sir, we had I must make you a bit jealous. We had a great diving holiday, me, Bhairavi, and Mama in the Maldives 2 weeks ago. And it was kind of peaceful because you were not around, and so it was all pretty cool. And I got a lot of time with Bhairavi, and thank you for that, for being absent. But at the same time, I had a great time with Vedant, and me and Vedu, we went for a diving holiday in December, just father and son. And I think we got to understand each other more than we had understood each other over the last 21 years. And Vedant completed his advanced open water diving certificate. Then he started her advanced open water diving certificate. She got a ear infection, so she's got just one dive to go, which this winter hopefully we'll all finish. And it was amazing. It's amazing being underwater with both of you for those 50 minutes. It's I think those are the best times in our life, of just feeling each other in a very different universe. And you can feel the connection is so much more stronger than being out here in the man's world or woman's world or whatever. Sorry for my lack of the words I choose to express myself. But you know what I'm trying to say is it was amazing. With Mamta, normally I would have a conversation every evening. And I call her every time I'm confused, which quite often I am by the end of the day, to make choices. And we talk randomly about something else altogether, and how nicely she would guide me to a solution without even giving it. And it would feel like, oh, you have got the solution and you solved the problem, and you untied the knot. But it comes from her, and she has her own mysterious ways of doing things, which is incredible. And I'm blessed, and I'm sure the way Vedant and Bhairavi feel about each other, I've seen them communicate, and is how I feel with Mamta. We really don't have to say a lot to each other, and it kind of works out every time. And all of them have seen me, and Missing Bharti have seen me at my worst, and they have seen me at my best. And the best thing is they are not judgmental. They have accepted me for what I am, and at the same time supported me in my weak moments, and which is what propels you, which is the fuel that kind of propels you further. And it's incredible. And yeah, it's I think when a family becomes friends, when your kids become your friends, you are definitely taking the relationship further. So now it's no son, daughter, papa, pa, daddy. It's like they are among my best pals right now. And
Super.
whether it's I am their best pal or not, that's for them to decide. But for me, that's what holds true. And I opened up to Vedant a lot during our one-to-one and in Andaman Islands, I think, and opened up a lot to Herbi, and it was never enough. They have to get back and to their studies. But yeah, I'm really happy the way they're choosing their paths, and it's entirely left to them. It is their choices, and I'm sure, I'm sure they will fall a lot, they will fail a lot, and which is what I really want them to enjoy. Is that part of the experience is you cannot, it's it's priceless. Yeah.
Thank you
Rita,
so much.
Rita, this book which you've written is almost
Yes.
a script of a film. One day this can become a script of a film, probably under the same title. And I think this is worth making a film. Episode to episode makes a film. So it's about film about a filmmaker.
Absolutely. It is
Look at it.
we used to call it the making of the maker.
Yes, it's a making of the maker.
Amongst all of us, we used to call it the making of the maker. And I think Vedant is right here and listening to you. And he's already told all of us that he sees a future for himself in this space. So we have a filmmaker right here.
Lovely. So Vedant,
Yes.
Rita,
So Dan, before you step out, I think look at this and start dreaming about this. I think it's like immortalizing Bhag's Milkha Bhag. This could be make of the maker.
Of course,
I
yeah.
think this could be because who could be better than you as a young director or a producer or a scriptwriter? Who could be better than you? Because it's so enriching. This book actually has very well documented the whole process of life, starting from the Claridges when they were living in Delhi together, one family, how the father would come late, but how they would go cinema watching. See how they could delight cinema watching all the more. So I think it's a great, to my mind, the script is already here. You just have to start dreaming and picking it up. And then maybe one of the youngest, it will be, and you have so many celebrities in it. You got all the celebrities, they will all be part of the film because it's not fiction, it's non-fiction. Think about it.
It would be a great idea, yeah.
Yeah.
lovely.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for seeing it as a film.
Definitely.
Vedu, how are you assuming you'll get the rights?
I thought I'd get the rights for free, but
You're not going to get them. Rita will come to you.
Mummy will make it happen. Your mummy will make it happen, Vedant. Your mummy will make it happen.
Yes, it can be made by the mother and the children. I think it's a worthwhile. It should be going beyond the book now because it's so alive. It's so live. It's full of it's speaking for itself. It's visualizing it. The way you've narrated it and written it. It's a scene after a scene. You can serialize it. You can make a film. It's up to you. But it is very ready.
It talks to us. Yes, it talks to us. Yes,
it talks to you. You are talking
yeah.
in the film. So I think this is the strength of this book, is that it's talking to you and you're listening to it and you're also seeing it.
Yes,
sir.
Lovely. Rakesh ji, Bharti really wanted to be here. She really wanted to be here. But she is here. She is present with all of us.
Oh no, that is the thing about Bharti. So he is herself recipient of a national award for editing Rang De Basanti, and he has edited most of her work and the producer of all her films and the creative producer. she would always push you in the spotlight and herself take one step back into the aisle. So if there is a director behind the director, वो आपको पोस्टर में डाल देती है और खुद वो she goes behind the scenes. So she is shy as a person. In on platforms, and she did a wonderful thing right now, and we must speak out of her name. We must. Bhag Milka Bhag had completed 10 years, and we had a special screening as a Shraddhanjali to Milka sir. But she didn't stop there. She made that happen. On 6th of August, the film is releasing in 30 cities in India on PVR theaters. And what she's done over the last 3 to 4 months, worked tirelessly and adapted the film in Indian Sign Language, which is ISL. Absolutely. And it is, we had a special screening for, people who are not as fortunate as we are, but are challenged with hearing. And they now enjoyed the film in the language they know, which is the Indian Sign Language. And they were clapping and they were laughing, and I had an interaction with them after the film. She has single-handedly brought joy into so many lives, and I think she started something which is, I hope, becomes a wave, because other producers will have seen it, will hear about it, and they will also take their films forward. She's already planning to do that with other films of ours and go out to the friends in the industry whose work and let it become like finally not stop. I don't think when she takes up something, she ever stops. There is only the beginning for her, and there's no full stop ever. And it's always to be continued, and how it can go to the next level. And yet, he would not let her name come in front in doing all this.
Larry, I think your mommy's love for special abilities. I think you're moving into the same direction, maybe. People of special, that's what she's doing.
Mhm.
I think you are wanting to look at world of disability, working with the world of special ability. I think that's a great theater for you as well. See, it's almost getting through. You're almost running parallel. While you're preparing, you're working, your heart is here, your mom's already practicing it, converting the films into those who are hearing impaired or the sign language. I think it's a great idea. It's coming, it's running into the family. Your brother, you, your mom, I think you're ready. And you already have the writer and the author. And the sister can support you. I think it can be a family production.
Yes.
Baby is already learning the Indian Sign Language.
There you are.
And she is a student of that. And so she is working on her communication skills with a larger universe right now, as such. And she also is a lady of few words, and she works with a lot of kids out there in Philadelphia. And she would want to work in the field of mental health also, because those are the new challenges as the world is growing and we are discovering. There is a whole lot of that to be addressed as well.
Yes, thank you. Where we will keep in touch, Rita. There are a few ideas. We'll keep in touch. We're doing a lot of work in that direction, so we'll keep in touch. Sir, it's been such joy for me personally hearing you talk about Bhartiya. I'm just feeling so proud at this time. Just seeing both of you together as husband and wife. being each other's strength. And I think that's what family and marriage is about, embracing every bit of each other. So thank you. Thank you for pouring your heart out.
Thank you, each one of you.
Thank you.
Thank you, each one of you. Thank you so much
Do
for
we
giving us
conclude?
such a valuable time of yours. Thank
Do
you.
we
Thank you.
conclude? जी,
Thank you,
जी.
Geeta, Vedant, Bhairavi, and Mamta.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so
Thank
much.
you, आप सबको from all our heart. Sir, thank you. Thank you for being here, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Grateful. Thank you.
जी. We wish
Thank
you all
you
well.
for making this moment in my life. It's so beautiful.
Thank you so much.
If there was it doesn't sound cheesy. I owe you everything. For making this happen.
So it's
Thank you, Rakesh. Proud of you. Really proud of you. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm proud.
Yeah, you mean the world. Yeah. Really proud of you. Thank you. Thank you, Kiran ma'am. Thank you,
Thank you so
Sana.
much, Mamta.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Mamta ji. There will be lots of love, beta. Vedant, thank you. You've got the rights. You've got the rights of the film. You've given, signed, sealed. It's all done. Sir said, I owe everything. So I've taken that, grabbed it, and given it.
So nice.
Sir, the rights have gone to Vedant now.
Yeah.
So it's all Ma's kripa, sir. Such moments are only possible with grace.
Very precious.
Yes, such moments are only possible with grace. और आपकी माँ की कृपा बनी रहे, आपके परिवार पे माँ की कृपा बनी रहे, ये प्यार बना रहे सर, ये प्यार बना रहे. जी, thank you sir. We'll connect soon sir. We'll connect. जय
Most
धन्यवाद.
welcome.
Thank you for this conversation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kiran.
Thank you, Vedant. Thank you, Mamta ji.
Thank you, Rakesh, for your very, very, very precious time.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
जी,
you.
जय धारी माँ. हमारी ऑडियंस का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. आपको अगले महीने मिलेंगे. जय धारी माँ. Thank you.
Yeah. With your permission,
जी, जी.
leave the studio now.
Yes sir. Yes sir.
Yes.
Please, sir. जी.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very kind of you.